Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Today we're doing another anti-MLM video. As you can already tell from the title, I know things have been a little crazy lately in the anti-MLM community. I'm not gonna dive too heavily into it, but I've had a couple people ask, because my initial is K, if it was me. And let me tell you guys, hell will freeze over before I join an MLM. So, no, it is not me. It is another previous anti-MLMer. She actually was, there were a group of us that kind of joined the anti-MLM community around the same time, probably a year ago, but she is apparently no longer anti-MLM, and it's just, there's a lot of crazy stuff. If you guys are interested, I'll link a couple other creators that have done a video on this issue, and you guys can check out their videos, because like I said, I don't really want to dive too deep into it, because I don't know, I guess I'm just still kind of really irritated at the situation. And yeah, so anyways, today we're going to be doing a Beachbody, kind of like a deep dive / reacting to this crazy Beachbody. It's like an Emerald team call. Basically, if you don't know what Beachbody is already, it is an MLM that is solely surrounding health, wellness, weight loss, working out. They have the Shakeology, if you've ever heard of that. And it's just like one big, dumpster fire like the rest of these MLMs. So I guess with that being said, let's jump in.
Alright guys, so the really cool thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is controllable business centers, okay? So in Beachbody, you are allowed to have you plus 2 people on your account that you can operate and run their businesses. Now, there's limitations to this. So number 1, it has to be like your spouse, or it has to be a child that's 18 or older, or it has to be a mother or a father. Okay, so those are kind of your options when it comes to your U plus 2. But essentially, what this...
Okay, I want to stop real quick. I promise I won't be stopping every 2 minutes. But the reason why she's saying that you're allowed to have 2 people under you as a controllable business is because it's technically against Beachbody compliance. This is not allowed at all. But the reason that you can get away with it, if it is your parent, your spouse, or your child, because Beachbody won't really catch on, because technically you can have an account, like a bank account, with your parent, your spouse, or your child. This is literally just them cheating the system. So it's pretty crazy and really messed up, but I just wanted to clarify that for you guys, because you're not actually allowed to do this. So it's really terrible advice that these uplines that are really high up are giving this terrible advice to these newer coaches in order for them to hit the first actual rank of Emerald. So pretty messed up.
Process to do is when we get started, we are allowed to open up another business center. Okay, now you guys, this does not happen again until you get to 2-star diamond. Okay, so we always are emphasizing 2-star diamond and how you want to get there as quickly, because you can open up these other business centers and really maximize your income. Well, this is your opportunity to do just that. Okay, and I understand that some of you guys might just be starting your business. Some of you guys might have just invested in a challenge pack, and you might be looking at me like, okay, I can't buy another challenge pack right now. And I totally understand where you're coming from with that. I had the same kind of reservations. But here is what I need to tell you. Number 1, trust fall. Okay? You have to trust us on this, because you don't want to be one of those people that waits to sign up your husband, and then, all of a sudden we come along and say that one of us just sponsored Kate's, right? And Kate is in between me and my husband's business center, and now all of those people that are in between that are not going to benefit, including my husband, from Kate. Okay, so there's a lot of different scenarios that can take place, but really I want you to think of this. This is your opportunity to franchise yourself right from the beginning. Okay, now my husband does not work his business. He does a lot of the financial stuff. He does all the tax stuff. He knows that he is a coach. That's very important, that whoever you have sign up, they know that they are a coach, because they're going to be making money, right? So make sure that they know that they're a coach. So when I got started, I signed up my grandma, who had just lost my grandfather and had horrible nutrition, and they were trying to put her on Ensure, and I'm like, hey, you should do these shakes. And so I got my grandma, and then I signed up my husband. So that's how I went Emerald. It was pretty easy thing. It happened within the first couple weeks of my business, in and said and done. So a lot of you guys, I would really, really encourage you to sign up that spouse or sign up that Controllable so that you're already halfway to Emerald. But more importantly, so that you can benefit long term. Now, something that's really important that I stress before I say that this is a long-term game, just like this business is, right? It's not about a quick fix. But what you're going to see is that your income can really double and start to grow much more exponentially when you have this Controllable account. Now, I am not going to go into all different placements right now. I'm going to teach a weak leg placement. If you are on a strong leg, there's nothing wrong with that at all. My husband's on a strong leg in my business center, and he does just fine. Okay, but I am going to teach.
Okay, so essentially what she is saying is that when you join Beachbody, the first thing you should do is sign up your spouse. So the reason that they're doing this is, like she said, so it can be a controllable account, and essentially she's going to manage her coaching account and her spouse's coaching account. And what it comes down to is cheating the system. You get an extra, essentially you get extra commission, extra bonuses. You can cycle, like on your team cycles, you'll get more money. And she's really going to like break it down and explain to you, and you're going to see like just how screwed up it is. And it's not, it's against the rules, okay? And I think that's what's so bad about this is there's literally, I think 3 or 4 of these high-ranking coaches that are trying to teach these new coaches to come into this business and cheat the system already. It goes to show that this company is heavily based around recruitment more than like the product, you know, more than just selling a product. They don't even really focus on selling the product. It's mostly just recruiting.
The weak leg placement, and I'm also going to teach you far and wide so you guys can stack some additional business centers. So as you can see on my little graph here, you are this blue, the blue, and if you are placing on your strong leg, the beautiful, what's happening here on your strong leg and why it's important to put your spouse on that weak leg is because your upline and the people that they are placing underneath them are building up a volume for you. And Ashley's going to talk a little bit more about volume. She'll go into this more. But I want you to understand that you have this room full of people, right, that is being filled over here on this left side. And I want you to think about this weak leg or your right side almost as an empty room. Okay? So all of these people are going into the left side, and your job is to start filling this right-sided room. Okay? And the benefit of that is because as you can see here with your spouse being placed on this weak leg, if he is one of your top business centers, everything that you start to place underneath him on your weak leg, not only are you going to cycle on it, kind of like an ice cream cone, but your husband is as well. And so you might buy a challenge pack, for example. Let's just use that for example. You buy a challenge pack, you put it into your spouse's weak leg, that's 135 TV or 40 TV, depending, and that team volume is going to roll up to your business center. So not only are you making commission on that, but now you are also going to start cycling on that as well. So it's a way for you to make extra income and really start to play off your own behavior. Now, the thing about this business, you guys, is it's about controlling the controllables. You guys can look at any of us, and I can tell you that most of us were able to create a 6-figure income pretty much by ourselves, pretty much driving our own businesses, using second business centers, and also using spousal accounts, okay? Now, I know she's going to talk about this a little bit. I think Ashley is.
Control the controllable. Like, are you kidding me? The big thing here is she's basically saying that there are 2 legs. I will put a picture up here on the screen. So basically there's you, and then there are 2 legs, which looks very much like a pyramid. But she's saying that you want to put the majority of the people that you recruit all on this one strong leg, and then you want to put your spouse or your controllable account, whoever that will be, on the weak leg. After you've built up your strong leg, you can start stacking. It's called stacking coaches under your spouse or purchases, sales under your spouse's account so that you can reap all the benefits, basically cheating it. Like I said, I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it except you're cheating the system, because you're gonna be getting all of that income. Instead of it going like cycling through, you know, all these different individuals, it's going to be going straight through your spouse, and you're going to get that money. You're gonna get that amount for the team cycle bonuses. You're going to get the amount for the recruiting. All of that is going to go straight to you. And the thing about it here is when you are controlling this spouse account, the spouse essentially isn't doing anything. I mean, she even said, like, you know, make sure you just tell them that you've done this. But they're not running this account. You're going to be running your account plus your spouse's account. That also means that you're going to be paying for your spouse to join. You're going to be paying the monthly coaching fee. You're going to be paying the monthly Shakeology cost for both accounts. So for your account and your spouse's account, you're going to be paying for 2 accounts. That is a lot of money. That's just for those couple of things. And we'll get into the income disclosure statement here in a little bit and how much it would actually cost if you do what they're telling you to do. It's pretty expensive.
But another huge benefit of this is every time that you cycle, so every time that you have 200 on your weak leg and 100 on your strong leg, you are going to cycle at an emerald rank at $14. Now, I'm going to tell you, that might not seem like a lot right now, but that adds up, and you can cycle 50 times in one day off of that volume. And this is how your residual income is really going to grow. So in the beginning, we talk about really relying on commission-based, right? You're selling a lot of challenge packs, you're getting a lot of commission. That's primarily how you're growing your business in the beginning. But you necessarily don't want to be working that hard for your entire life, right? We want to be able to will this down to our children and have a really sustainable business. And so this is why you want to start building for residual income right away and get your husband at the very top of your downline. I think that you can also use a mom's account if you can put somebody on the other side. That's really beneficial because then you have 2 emeralds that you can control. But I think the most important thing here is that just do it. Like, just make sure that your husband is signed up, or a significant other that you can control is signed up as an account. Because I can say in my own team, people that don't sign up their husbands, people that don't sign up their significant others, I just don't think that they're that serious when it comes to running their business. Because this is a gimme. This is something that you signed up with whoever you sign up with because you trust them, and they're trying to teach you how to build a long-term sustainable business. And that really comes down to making sure you've got some controllable accounts that you can really control. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to...
So people that don't want to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate by signing up their spouse, they're not serious about this business. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My God. Ugh. So I think it's funny that she's like, just do it. Just do it now. Don't think about it. If you look at any MLMer, not just Beachbody, but any MLMer, they're always like, don't think about it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Because they don't want you to actually sit down, research, make a good decision, make an informed decision. They want you to just jump right in right now. Don't think, don't, you know, consider anything. Just do it now and think about it later. Because they want you to join, because they want to make money off of you. That's all that it is. They don't want you to have enough time to think about it, back out of it, because they're going to lose that sale, that commission. They're not going to have you join underneath of them to make money off of you. And I think it's funny. She's talking about this residual income. So these are the top coaches literally sitting here talking to the new recruits and telling them, we're making money off of you guys. And the sad thing about it is they don't really understand that or like realize that necessarily during these team calls, because they're looking at these top coaches like, oh my God, they're making tons of money. You know, we want to learn how to make all this money. And they're pretty much, these coaches are pretty much telling them, we're just making money off of you guys. we're sitting up here at the top of this mountain and we're reaping all the benefits. It's just all the money's funneling up to us. You guys are doing all the hard work. You know, we're not doing anything. She literally said, don't you, like, you don't want to sit here and do all this work for the rest of your life. I mean, they don't see it, and that's what's really sad. People that join MLMs, they don't, in the moment, they don't realize what's actually going on. You know, they use certain terminology, they use certain words, phrases, they reword it with this like pretty bow on top to hide all of the manipulation. And the people that are involved, you know, like down in the bottom of the food chain, like they don't realize that, and they get so manipulated, brainwashed, sucked in, and it's hard for them to get out because they don't know what is real, what is not real, because they've been fed all of this stuff for so long, and it's really, really sad.
To Ashley Laughlin, and she's going to share a little bit more about the volume and the cycling so that this all kind of makes sense for you guys.
Okay, sorry. Can you guys see this and hear me? All right. So I just want to piggyback on a few things before I get into this that Alyssa just said. And I want to share my story. So my husband, the first fight we ever got into in 10 years was when I told him I was signing up to be a coach, because he thought this was a scam and a pyramid scheme, and he told me I wasn't allowed to do it. And I was like, well, I'm a big girl and I make my own decisions. I'm going to do this anyway. So you can imagine the SHIT storm that happened when I said, hey, I need your social security number because I'm going to sign you up too. I mean, it hit the fan. It was not pretty, but I was like, believe me, these people aren't steering me wrong. Like, I trust them. They make a lot of money. We're going to do this. And so he gave me his social security number, and it was not a fun evening, but I got him signed up, and it was a short-term sacrifice that has yielded an amazing long-term reward. So I cannot stress the importance of signing up your spouse, no matter if he's on board or not. Like, you just have to do it. So my husband has never worked the business. He doesn't know how to log into his account, and he maxes out. I have built him to a dime, and he maxes out at $2,000 a week every week for not doing anything. So imagine if I would have said, okay, honey, I'll listen to you and not sign you up. The reason he does so well is the coach that signed up right after him, who is below him, is my biggest rock star. So if I had waited just a little bit longer to sign him up and sign her up first, we would be missing out on thousands and thousands of dollars a week. So do not.
So she literally just said that, I literally can't even wrap my head around what she just said, okay? So clearly, I'm literally at a loss for words. Like, so they got into this huge fight because she wanted his social security number to sign him up for something that he didn't want signed up on, let alone the fact that he didn't want his wife joining a pyramid scheme. Yeah, because he cares, you know? Regardless, listen, okay? She literally just said that the girl she signed up underneath her husband does all of the work. He does nothing. He doesn't even know how to sign into his account. How unfair is that? I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. And they're literally going to sit here and tell us that that's not what it's like. That's not how it is. We don't make money off of people joining. It's not about recruiting. We don't make any money off of recruiting. It's not a pyramid scheme because we're not based around recruiting. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because literally what she is saying is that the big dogs sit there and make money off of the people underneath of them. If I was the girl that was underneath of her husband, I would be pissed. Like, I would be really, really upset about that. I don't think that's fair at all. I don't think it's right. I know that it's against compliance. And the sad thing about it is, we can turn them in. And I will send this to BEACHBODY. I will turn it into compliance. But I can guarantee you that they probably won't even do anything, because these are top earning coaches with gigantic downlines. Like, they're probably bringing in so much money to BEACHBODY, and it's so frustrating, because I have a feeling that nothing will even be done about it. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know, like, what, happens with that.
Not make that mistake. You have to have, you are a business owner, whether you are just doing this as a little hobby to earn a little extra money, or you want to be a full-time coach and earning 6 or 7 figures, you have to act like a business owner, and this is something we're telling you to do. So don't be a dumb business owner, be a smart business owner, so you don't have to work harder, you just work smarter.
She's saying, be coachable. Be coachable. I was coachable, so you need to be coachable. I listened to what I was told to do. I listened to my uplines. I did all this, scammy stuff. So that means you need to do scammy stuff. Otherwise, you're not going to make a 6-figure income. You know what? 99% of people in multi-level marketing, we hear it over and over again, make no money, if they make any money at all. And she's literally sitting here talking down to this team, putting them down, telling them not to be dumb. Don't be dumb, business owners. Do what I'm telling you to do.
Then you want to sign up your spouse is because there are ways to maximize the income beyond what we just showed you by running orders through your spouse's account, because then you're going to get paid on that twice, in his account and your account, by strategically placing coaches on your spouse's weak leg eventually in order to build up his volume so he cycles more and you cycle more. There's so many different benefits to having a spouse there that you just wouldn't be able to do if you didn't have a significant other, a fiance, a boyfriend, somebody that means a lot to you. So we will not steer you wrong. We're not trying to dupe you. Believe me, we have your best interest in mind. So I want to talk about how to maximize your income from the team cycle bonuses and why you need to be an emerald freaking tonight. So before I get into this, let me go back. One more story. I get fired up about this. My coach called me. I signed up kind of near the end of the month, and she said, hey, when are you going emerald? And I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go emerald next month. And she's like, oh no, you're going to go emerald today. And I was like, okay. And I signed up my husband against his will. And then I called my sister-in-law and I was like, hey, I know you're trying to lose weight. Do you think you could sign up to do this fitness group with me and sign up for the discount? And she's like, heck yeah, I'll do it. And boom, I was an emerald. You just have to make that choice. So you are in complete control of whether or not you can pick up the phone or you can text somebody and say, are you willing to help me out? I have something that can help you, and it can also help me. Are you willing to do this? So let's go into this, why you want to be an emerald, in the next hour. So Alyssa touched upon this. You have 2 legs. You will get a team cycle bonus every time you have 200 volume points, which is basically dollars on one leg and 100 on the other. And as an emerald, you're going to cycle $14. You're going to earn $14 a cycle, and then it's 16 at ruby and it's 18 at diamond. You might think that's not a lot, $14. What's that going to buy me? Well, first of all, that will buy you a bottle of wine, a pretty decent bottle of wine, just that $14. But I want to show you how that compounds over time, and how if you are trying to run your business based on commissions, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, so let's look at this. We need to move all of our faces down here. There we go. So this is from when I was a new coach, right? Kind of before I was capitalizing on these team cycle bonuses. In the pink up here, this is what you earn. These 2 things are what you earn when you are just the rank of a coach. You're only earning retail commission and subscription commissions. But when you are an emerald and higher, you actually unlock all of these other different ways to earn money. So if you just stay at coach status with one coach, which is the worst possible thing you could possibly do, is have just one coach, or no coaches, you are only earning from these top 2. You're missing out on all of these. Now,
if this doesn't tell you that it's all about recruiting and not about sales, then I don't know what does, okay? She's sitting here saying, this is what I was making when I was just a coach. I didn't have anybody underneath of me. It's not very much. You don't want to be just a coach. You want to recruit people underneath of you because they're making all that money from the coaches underneath of them. Okay, who do you think is buying these products? Like I said, it's like they don't really care about selling the product, making sales, because the coaches are the ones that are making the purchases. It's not really coming from outside sales. And if you really think about this for a second, every single person that they reach out to, the thing that they're trying to do is recruit them in. Yeah, they might, try to push a challenge pack, which is a workout program. You get the workout program and some Shakeology and stuff like that. So they either try to push a challenge pack or some Shakeology, but they're trying to recruit them. It is so clear that the people that are actually making any purchases within Beachbody are the coaches. They're making their money by recruiting a bunch of people underneath of them, and those people making purchases. Okay, so it all cycles up in these team cycle bonuses. And she went over the fact that when you have your spouse underneath of you, you're going to be getting paid on that twice, because your spouse is gonna make money off of it, and then it's gonna roll up to you and you're gonna make money off of it. I can't even believe that they're putting this out here, you know? Because I feel like this could get them in a lot of trouble. Again, they're top earning coaches, so I don't really know how much Beachbody will really do, but just like an ethical side of things, like, wow, you know, like, wow. I don't know. Another thing too is she was talking about them hitting Emerald. The reason that they push so hard for people to rank up is because these coaches, they get to rank up. So if you're not ranking up underneath of them, they're not ranking up, and they want to rank up. They want to get as high as they can to the top of this pyramid. Sorry, it's a pyramid. So if you're not ranking up underneath of them by recruiting people, they're not gonna rank up, which means they're not gonna make as much money as they wanna make, so.
Look at this difference. So this is this year. In one of my business centers, I have multiple business centers plus my husband. In the top, look what I would have earned in retail commission, $192. Pretty much the same as what I earned 4 years ago. And guess what? I earn a lot more Success Club points now. I usually get like 75 to 100 Success Club points. But if I was banking my business on just retail, I would not be earning anything, $192. And then I have the subscriptions, you know, renewals. So if I were not an Emerald, I would only be making $516 after 4 years of hustling and selling Peloton packs. But because I unlocked Emerald right away, because my coach told me to do so, and I built and developed a team, look at what I've earned. So your team bonus is the team cycle bonus. How many times we've cycled? How many times in 1 week I had 200 volume points on one leg and 100 on the other leg? Over $3,000. The matching bonus you get when you're a Ruby coach and above, and it's percentage of what your coaches earn in team cycle bonuses. The Fast Start bonus is just the commission you make off of new coaches enrolling. And then the Fast Start Plus bonus is when you enroll 5 new coaches within a 5-week period. You get a $100 bonus. So I earned over $4,000 just because I unlocked Emerald quickly, and I've stayed in that recruiting mode of building a team of coaches who are out there also building teams of coaches and sharing our products, things that work with other people, and getting results. So I want you to look at this and realize that if you do not go Emerald, you are going to be stuck in that pink bracket, and you're going to be stuck, you know, slinging challenge packs and not earning a lot of money. The real money in this business is in team cycle bonuses and all of these other bonuses that come when you become an Emerald and you move on, you advance. Okay? And then I just want to show you this one last thing. These are the potential earnings. So just in team cycle bonuses. So if you're a coach, look at the potential earnings, $0. So if you are sitting here as a coach status, you need to be shaking your head, and you need to be like, oh my gosh, I need to get 2 coaches right now. Like, you need to be on your phone texting people as I'm talking. Like, you can't be even waiting until you get off this call. If you are an Emerald coach, you can max out at $250 a week just in team cycle bonuses. That's $13,000 a year. And when my husband started maxing out at $250 a week is when I decided to build him to diamond. And now he's maxing out at the diamond level and earning that in year by not really doing anything, okay? So now he is retired and he does help me, but prior to this, I was building his account. And he was, you know, helping me in other ways around the house and stuff. So anyway, I just want you to see the potential earnings. So again, we are not trying to scam you or dupe you or steer you in the wrong direction. If you have big goals for this business, or even small goals, if you just want to pay off some debt or have some fun money, do not just be a coach. Get 2 coaches right now. You can do it. It is so easy. It is a decision. I'm going to pass it over to Kate.
She said that the real money is in recruiting. Did you hear her say that? She said that the real money is in recruiting. team cycle bonuses. And if you look at the team cycle bonuses, every single one of these bonuses have to do with recruiting, having a downline, making money off of your downline. If you are just a coach, you're not gonna make any money at all. You're literally rolling the dice by signing up. She says it's so easy. It's so easy. You can get to Emerald. It's so easy. Then why is it? Tell me why 77.3% of people in Beachbody are only in the coaching level and 18.3% are in the Emerald level. Okay, everything above that is like, you know, not even 1%, the top 1%. So it's not that easy. If it was that easy, then everybody would be at the top. Nobody would be at the bottom. So you can't sit here and say, oh, it's so easy. All you gotta do is pick up the phone, call your friends, get in your Instagram, your Facebook, and go through your friends list and recruit them. It's not that easy. But I wanna pop up the Beachbody income disclosure statement here real quick, and I wanna go over this with you guys because this literally just shows what they are making. It's not showing any of the costs associated with being a Beachbody coach, none of the money that they're spending on Beachbody products, it's just what they're making. 77.3% are in the lowest bracket of a coach. And it says that it takes 3.5 years. Like, people are in that bracket for 3.5 years. So how is it that easy? If you look at the commission, the lowest amount that you'll make is $0 a year. $0 a year. The average for a coach is $427. Can you imagine only making $400 a year? Like, there's no way. And if you look at the next rank up, Emerald, that's 18.3% of the people in Beachbody, and it says you're at that level for about 4 years. The lowest end, you make $12 a year. The average is $3,086. And yeah, that might sound like, oh, well, that's $3,000. The US poverty line for a single person, the average income to like keep you above being, you know, too poor is $12,880 for a single person. And a family of 4 with 2 kids is $26,500. Like, look at this chart and let that sink in for a second. Seriously. Because even with Diamond, which is the, you know, one of the top percent, the average yearly income is only $17,000. That's still below the poverty line. So, and again, like I said, that doesn't include any of the costs associated with being a Beachbody coach. And I was curious, I wanted to kind of like see what are all the costs, because I've never joined Beachbody. But I wanted to know what are all the costs associated with being a Beachbody coach. So to join Beachbody, I'm gonna break this down, I'm gonna add it up, we're gonna go through it. So they have a couple different options. So you can either pay $39.95 to do the starter kit, or they have an option for a challenge pack, which is anywhere from $160 to $205 depending on what you choose. And this will include one of their fitness programs like P90X, 21 Day Fix, whichever one you want to pick, your first month of Shakeology, and then you get a 30-day free club membership, which is like something that I think like their higher ranking coaches do. Now, if you don't choose this challenge pack and you join with just the $39 starter kit, you have to pay for your first month of Shakeology. And that's actually that's an auto ship, so that happens every single month. Regardless of what you choose when you join, like, you have to pay monthly for the Shakeology. So let's add this up. This is gonna include signing your spouse up underneath of you, okay? So let's do $39.95 times 2, that's $79. For both accounts, for a year of Shakeology, that's gonna be $2,159.04. So let's go ahead and add that on there. Oh, we can't forget the PV. So we have to have the $50 per account PV. Let's just say that we're the ones buying that, because you know what? That's my opinion. So let's do $50 for one account, $50 for the other. That would be $100, right? So for the year, that would be $1,200. Then we have to add in our coach fee, because we have to pay a monthly coaching fee, which is $14.95 a month. And That would be for both accounts, that would be $358.80. So, oh, we can't forget about this club membership, because if you're Emerald and above, you have to have a club membership. The club membership is like a every 3-month subscription, and it's $38.87. So that would break down to about $12.95 every month. So for a whole year of that, that's gonna be, what, about $310? Then we're gonna want Beachbody on demand, right? I mean, we can't be a coach and not have a subscription to Beachbody on demand. That is $99.95 a year. So it's gonna be about $8.33 a year. So let's add on the $9.95 or $99.95. So I think that's pretty much like all of the have-to-haves, and we're at $4,208.49. But here's the thing, like, you can't be a Beachbody coach and not try some of the supplements, some of the bars that they offer, some of the, you know, other proteins that isn't Shakeology. And then the programs, you know, you're gonna want to have these challenge groups that they do, so you're gonna wanna pay for their programs. You know, you constantly see these coaches talking about the 21-day fix, talking about the P90X, you know, just different things like that. So they have to pay for every one of these challenges, these challenge groups that they do with these programs. And then on top of that, a lot of them buy these like Beachbody shirts and these hats and stuff. That stuff costs money. They don't necessarily always get that stuff for free. You know, you gotta buy that. So when it's all said and done, the very, very minimum for you and your spouse to join is gonna be about $4,200. That is the bare minimum of the associated costs. So when you take the income disclosure statement in account, plus what you're spending, the majority of these people are making no money at all. I can't believe that they get on here and they act like they're making all this money. And you know what? These people probably are, because they're at the very tippity top of Beachbody with gigantic teams underneath of them. All these people under them that are doing all this hard work, that are spending all this money, going into debt, recruiting tons of people. It's not fair. Thank you guys for sending me this video. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys have any videos you want to send over, definitely send them over my way. You can send them to me over on Instagram or my email, which are both linked down below as well. By the way, we just hit 500 subscribers and I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I love you guys. I love the community that we built. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!